So I have a 4-year autistic son, and for the past few months, I've noticed an uptick in his OCD. His OCD can look like not being able to turn off the ceiling fan, not being able to drain the bathtub after a bath, him feeling like he would have to go through a door if it opened, so like a front door. The latest one is, oh my gosh, taking his clothes off. Now, a lot of us have been taught to think that a lot of what I just mentioned is sensory challenges. And I'm not saying in another child it could be, but for my particular son, me and his functional doctor came to the conclusion that it is his OCD that's causing this. Saying all that to say, our approach is always and has always been to find the root cause of what's causing OCD. There's always a root cause. So y'all know I have to check my handy dandy a little bit. What stood out for me for my son could be candida, pandas, or inflammation. This is specific to my son, but these are possible causes that could, the spectrum is large. So I started my candida cleanse protocol, which I can discuss in another video, but this video is about OCD. And I was researching more about pandas. And because I document everything, I was able to go back and check in the past when these things were, taking place, what was happening at the same time. Fast forward to a few months after, there was a leak in my basement. Called in a repairman, found out that there was a leak under my kitchen sink that was leaking into my basement, leaking in the walls, and it was a whole thing. And there was black mold. And I was just like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Because I started the Candida protocol and nothing happened. I've been battling inflammation for a year and, nothing has really changed. So it must be the mold. I started to look into my old mold protocol. And the reason why I say my own mold protocol, because different doctors have different ways of how they approach stuff. I like to stick to as close to natural as possible. Y'all know I read a million books and watch a million videos. So just try to keep up. I was scrolling and saw Dr. Josh Manson. I'm going to get his page. Hold on. And I don't really want to share the entire video because he has his own personal son in it. So I'll just share little tips and tricks. I don't know how to cut and slice and stuff. So y'all just going to have to watch it on my other page, okay?
He's stroking his face constantly. And we couldn't figure out what was going on. Come to find out that the underlying trigger was mold. I figured that out because I ran some testing on him that I run on a lot of other kids. The most important thing that we did was figure out what is the underlying cause of this. And we ran
his page is amazing, by the way. Go follow him as Dr. Josh Madsen. This is his Instagram. I couldn't find it on his TikTok. He went on to talk about the test that he ran. And I know a lot of people won't have the resources to run these tests. I definitely don't have the resources or the money. These tests cost a lot of money. Okay? But I am confident that the sun is what was causing my son's OCD. And through a little bit more research, I have been incorporating a lot of the things that he mentioned. So he mentioned, hold on.
Those are in our cerebellum, and they help gate sensory information coming in. So he had a lot of sensory overload too. Like tags touching his skin was outrageous and create these massive outbursts. There'd be times where he couldn't walk on grass. There'd be times when he couldn't put shoes on for anything. He also had brain inflammation.
I forgot to mention my son. He started taking his shoes off a lot as well. Like I said, it may look different in different kids. You have to study your child if you're, but anyway, this should have been a YouTube video. I may upload it to YouTube. My mold exposure, and it was crazy because it was similar to Dr. Josh Madsen, just like I kind of tweaked it for my son, but he did his mold protocol, and I suggest y'all go watch this video, go find this video and watch it. And he turned his, everything around for his son in 3 months. I'm 1 month into my protocol. I didn't even know I was 1 month into my protocol, but I'm going to be 2 days intentionally into my mold protocol. So he mentioned in the video that he actually moved out of that house. I actually moved out of that house. I was planning to move before we found the mold. Okay? This is not going to be the case for a lot of people. So now you have to find a way to get rid of the mold out of your house if moving is not an option, okay? I just want to put that out there. So you can actually, if you would like to test for mycotoxins, and this will determine the specific mold toxins that's present in your child's body, right? For the detox portion, I'm going to incorporate binders. My binders of choice will be the bentonite clay through the baths and activated charcoal. I'm also going to incorporate liver support, so I'm going to restart him on the milk thistle. He was taking this for a good little minute. I'm also going to use NAC. I have the capsule form. I am visual. So this is the one I use, the Mary Roots. I know they give him a third of the capsule. and glutathione cream. So these are going to help with detoxification. They do a lot more. The NAC helps to increase glutathione in the body. Just a point, kids on the spectrum are usually like glutathione deficient. Now for the inflammation, you can use either turmeric or omega fatty acids. So I'm going to use cod liver oil as my choice. I never really stopped using cod liver oil. So that's why I was like, I'm indirectly treated, you know, because I really never stop. I may miss a day or two just because, but I'm going to be more intentional with making sure he gets his cod liver oil every day. And his functional doctor started him on cod liver oil like 2 years ago, and she told me to give him, maybe we should up it, is 1 ml. So that's what I'll be doing for him. For immune support, we're going to do probiotics, which he's already been on. We use Neurali, and we do vitamin D3. We have been doing vitamin D3. So for the OCD aspect, we're going to use magnesium glycinate, which obviously y'all always hear me say this, helps calms the nervous system. We're also going to use L-theanine, which also promotes relaxation and helps to combat OCD. And we're also going to use the lion's mane, which is known for supporting cognitive health and, clarity. To support the gut-brain axis, we're going to use the L-glutamine powder and digestive enzymes. We've already been on digestive enzymes, but we're just going to add the L-glutamine powder again. And y'all know that I added sound frequencies 2-3 months ago. And that just helps to support neurological functions, and it also helps to calm the nervous system. In all this, we need to help calm that nervous system. So me indirectly applying my mold protocol, as you can see, it ties into other things that I was doing before. He's improved so much. So the ceiling fan still got to be on. The door we're still working on, but a lot of different things that he's been doing. We've been keeping our shoes on. We've been keeping our clothes on more. So I can see where he's improving, and I am very excited to see where we'll be 2 months from now.